they don't have a clue. It just doesn't, it isn't there for them to grasp and understand the big picture.
Do they have grandchildren?
You know.
Probably, some of them.
Well,
Talk about the
yeah, but,
grandchildren.
do they?
Some don't live around here anymore, you
Yeah.
know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
One thing I would say to that is as they get ready to leave maybe their home and move into apartment,
Right.
property values are going down. Like I said, it is a buyer's market right now. They can decrease, you know, the prices are going down. As I get older, you know, and I live in a 2-story house, as does Helen and Murray and Lee and Chuck and Diane and Dick and Con, whatever. We'll maybe move into a one level house. Regardless, when you look at your home, I would love for a young family to move into my home, the home that we built, and I want to be able to pass that on and some of those experiences to the next generation. People who are older, who are looking at their homes, and my property taxes are going up, they need to realize that hopefully then that the value increases too as we bring more people to town. Right now, as people are leaving town, as school enrollment, as our population is going down, the value of your home is going down as well. And you want to be able for the value of your home to go up or to have some value. Like I said, right now, it is a buyer's market, and people who have a house for sale are going to lose right now. When I bought, it was a seller's market. Like I said, I couldn't even get to town soon enough to buy a house. So I guess that would be the argument I would use with them, is that, you know, there is something about building a pool, bringing people to town who are employed, whether it be at Adams or whether it be wherever. Bring them to town, sell these houses, fill them up with young families, and pass on those experiences you had. Because, you know, as Murray said, you know, I think this is a little chunk of paradise here in Canton. We love Canton, and I feel very blessed to be a part of Canton. And I guess that would be the argument that I would use with them is, you know, we need to fill these houses up. And
You know,
this
Terry,
is a step.
you mentioned a point that I wasn't aware of, that we've gone down from 1,100 to 800.
850.
And I think most of these people here didn't know that, and we could die as a town, believe it or not. Would you be willing to go to groups and give that little pep talk you just gave now?
I'd be obviously willing to speak to any group about the history of the Canton School District. I can only speak as far as the last 15 years when I've been here.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's an alarming trend. And I know people may say there's something.
There's a big group that eats at the senior citizens, you know, and there's the Rotarian group, there's the Lions group, there's
Well, if there's a free meal involved, I'm always in. I'm all in.
So I'm not on the committee, but somebody get him booked.
And we're looking at dates for, we already have dates in mind for a forum to be held at the senior center over lunch.
Oh, wonderful.
So those dates are trying to be scheduled right now, and we will talk to Terry.
I just want to speak to the seniors. We have some phenomenal seniors in our community. We are blessed with the seniors that we have, the senior citizens, and the people that are participating and use the senior center every day. They are validly concerned about what will happen to their dollars, but they are wholeheartedly supportive of our children in this community. They truly do know the value of the future and all that. So we are really blessed with our seniors. We really are. It just needs to be right for them too.
Well, it needs to be reiterated, you know, with Terry Gerber's talk, I think would be awesome.
And all concerns are valid concerns, and all questions are valid questions. So that's why we're here. Yes.
My husband and I moved to Canton about 10 years ago because he works in Rock Valley, I work in Sioux Falls, so it was a half for us. Happened to like Canton because I hate living in Sioux Falls. Lived there for 5 years. I like the peace and quiet of Canton. But my concern with this pool is our current pool, you can drive by and there's hardly anybody there. My concern for building a pool, yes, we want to bring families in, we want to keep kids here in town, but what's the feasibility of that when you're trying to compete, like you said, with Sioux Falls and the prices? You know, you've got Terrace Park, you've got Wow Water West, you've got Drake Springs Pool. You know, what's the feasibility that they're always gonna come here to this pool?
Well, that goes back to the parents.
Okay,
It's simply two options there. Either we keep pouring money into the hole in the ground we have to the point to where we can't use it, and then we lose an amenity to the city. And then
Right,
you don't
and
have
I
it.
agree.
Yeah. Or you put money into it. But if you put money into it, you need to provide something that's an attraction. You know,
Right.
we're just not gonna replace the hole in the ground
and I agree.
in a pool house.
I'm
You
very
can-
enthusiastic
yeah.
about this, but I'm just, you know, the projections.
You can lead a horse to
What
water, but you're
type
not gonna
of-
make it drink.
Right.
And, you know, as far as projections, talking to some of the pool people and SEH, US Aquatics, they keep a study on pools that they design and what the costs are to operate, the revenue that they generate, and the use. And the first, of course, when it's new, everybody comes to it and uses it.
Right.
But they do see a substantial increase with the new pool, with the local
Right.
citizens using it. Now,
Right.
whether we would draw people from other towns to come to our pool, probably Inwood, because they're not getting one,
Yeah.
Inwood's gonna have a beautiful pool.
you know, so,
They're adding on.
you know, you'll be drawing people in hopefully from the surrounding smaller communities and, of course, the country people coming in
Right.
and using it. Now, no, we're not gonna grab the people from Sioux Falls. We just can't
Right.
compete with that. But people at Newton Hills camping in the summertime, where they
Right.
have an option to swim in the fecal matter pond somewheres or the pool, they'll be wanting to come to town with their kids and swim in the pool as well. So that was kind of the thought process of that. Either we do something or we do nothing at all. If we're gonna do something, let's
I
do it
agree
right.
Canton needs a new pool, because I was born and raised in Brookings, and Brookings, I don't know how many years ago, put that brand new aquatic center there. Absolutely love it when I go up there to take the nieces and nephews. I brought the nieces and nephews here and have went to this pool, and they're like, really? Can we go to Sioux Falls? Because they've been to the Sioux Falls pools. Okay, so guess what we do? We load up and go to Sioux Falls because really? You don't, you know, so that's why I'm asking, you know, what is,
New pool will
you
attract
know.
way more people.
And
I think
and I'm
last summer, the
hoping.
pool was really used, wasn't it? We had a very hot summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
My grandson worked at
Yes.
the pool, and he worked a
Yes.
lot of hours this past
Yeah,
summer, you know.
and I think
And
the
I think that
weather
goes by the
probably
weather.
is.
And that would be just like snow,
But
I mean.
I just hope
we haven't
people will
had snow,
stay
so there's
here
been no
to,
snow. Yeah.
instead of going.
No, I
And
think-
hopefully the cost will be something that will keep people, you know, cause if you can go to Terrace Park for $5 all day and you're spending $6 here to swim from 1 to 5, well, you know, or whatever it might be. You
And
know,
I'm gonna, you know, as far as the use factor too, and I'm going back to the seniors now, you know, how many of those do you feel would use the pool? And the reason I'm asking is because when my design committee sat down, our goal was to provide something for everyone. And we felt that we've done that with a zero entry pool, easy access in and out, play features, not that, I know Pat's gonna climb the climbing wall, she already said she was, but. But, you know, part of the reason we put a current channel in is this resistant current channel in 3.5-foot waters for exercise for seniors or anybody that has rehabilitation surgery or kids to swim against or just lay on their backs and float away. My question to you is, do you feel that seniors are aware of that and anticipate using the pool with those amenities there that, you know,
Asking me?
any of you?
Yeah. I have no idea. I would, I love the water, so I would probably use it, but I can't speak for everyone.
Another question that goes along with that, what types of programs or activities are going to be offered, like water aerobics or anything like that? Because I mean, I would even go to water aerobics. I love the water. You know, what types of activities are you guys looking at just besides just the swimming
And I think
aspect
that's,
of it?
sorry, that's part of the great joy of looking at a new pool, is all the new opportunities that are there and available to us that we've never had before. So one of the nice things that I've heard in committee discussions is talking about what could we do in changes in hours that we didn't have before, and that had limitations before that we won't have anymore. So now we could change hours, we could change staffing around a little, we could change possibly offerings. I know as a scaredy cat swimmer, we've talked about, could we have a scaredy cat swimming class for women, because some of us could use some swimming lessons, and maybe that's something that we have a small class. It's for the moms of the group that could use some swimming lessons, so that we can, you know, possibly save our children if there was a, you know, you're out of the lake and you needed to, and you've always thought I should really, you know, take some swimming lessons, that you offer a special class that's for that group. You know, these are opportunities that are now available to us because you have a new, you know, a new chance. So this is the time to bring those questions and ideas to the table, and we're excited to do that. So bring those questions and those ideas. This is a community project for a reason. It's for everybody. So if seniors have an idea, we think right away about if you've ever been to a campground or one of the, like, Heart Ranch in Rapid City, where you have a lot of seniors that are there and spend a lot of time. They do a lot of water aerobics in the morning. And that was my first thought too, is I'm like, that's great exercise. If you had somebody who could do some water aerobics, it's very simple and what great exercise.
They've had that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, now's the time to bring up ideas like that and think about what's feasible. You can always ask.
I think there are so many fun attractions here. And then the shelter with the picnic tables there, and it looks like a resort to me. Somebody said to me, why are they using that fancy name of Canton Aquatic Center? Why aren't they just saying the Canton Pool? Well, we want something new and aquatic.
It's been the Canton
Sioux
Pool.
Falls is talking aquatic over by the Vets Hospital, and why can't we be? You see, I was guilty of not speaking up. We all need to speak up when we hear these naysayers, and because they all respect all of us, and they need to hear from us.
If we're gonna keep them.
Yes.
One other comment I've heard from people is, you know, the pool is really just nothing more than subsidized daycare for low-income families in our community. And to that I've responded, is like, I hope that it is, first of all, because I would rather have those kids there at that pool than sitting at home alone. I can say that the city of Canton has done a marvelous job when they go to hire lifeguards. I would say 80–90% of the kids they have hired are what I consider some of our top, best students in the Canton School District. They are great, positive role models. I've taken my kids there and said, that's who I want you to be someday, is that kid right there. You know, listen to what they say, follow their rules. They've got great guidance for you. When people come to talk to me about the possibility of moving to Canton, of course they ask about the school. You know, what do you have for upper level classes? What do you have for college credit? What do you have for gifted and talented? But then after that, then they move into, what do you have for after school programs? What do you have for summer programs? What do you have? And I can start mentioning besides Latchkey, I can start mentioning some of the ComEd programs and how the summer Latchkey takes the kids to the pool, and we have the pool. And the baseball and softball, that's what young families are looking for, is they want to know, what programs do you have for my kid, or do I need to run my kid to Sioux Falls? You know, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Can I do it right here? Because I prefer to do it here. I prefer to do, you know, raise my kid right here, or do I have to, if not, I guess I might as well move to Harrisburg, which is closer to Sioux Falls. It has those programs,
Well, I can attest to babysitters. When I first moved to Canton, I was a single parent with 4 kids. I worked full-time. My kids lived at the pool. They played the summer rec program, and it was great. And I might.
Wasn't that a gift to you?
It certainly
and
was.
your family? Yeah, absolutely. We just want it to be an ongoing gift to young families and older generations that they can continue to use.
Latchkey's a good point. If you don't know anyone in Latchkey, those kids are at the pool constantly in the summer, and our kids love it. Those Latchkey workers are saints. We're taking the kids all over there every day, but it's a great gift, and that's a lot of use.
But it is a great
My daughter
program.
used the pool more as a latchkey
Yeah.
employee than she ever went when she was in high school.
They're there a lot. Other questions or comments?